Welcome to this channel. It's a very beautiful Thursday here in Nairobi. And our shout out of the day goes to Wodquach. Yesterday, the 2nd of February, was a very big day in the political arena because OKA One Kenya Alliance members signed what is called as a political deal. Now, I'm going to give you the details of that deal. And what I have to mention here is first, it is yesterday that I realized that One Kenya Alliance initially had been registered under Kalonzo Musyoka. So the person who owned One Kenya Alliance initially was Kalonzo Musyoka. Then yesterday, they signed a deal so that the United Democratic Party leader, Cyrus Jirongo, KANU Party leader Gideon Moi, and NARC Kenya Party leader Martha Karua were all equal partners in the One Kenya Alliance because One Kenya Alliance was actually registered as a political party. Now, after that big political event, there are now reports that have emerged, and I was just going through the Star this morning, and I realized that Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka are close to signing a political deal. I think some of the few things that I have been analyzing in this channel are now finally coming to pass. I opined in one of the videos here that after Mudavadi formed an alliance with William Ruto, it was time for Raila Odinga to check left and right, pick his phone and call Kalonzo Musyoka. And if Raila Odinga could not make that, then the person who could easily do that was President Uhuru Kenyatta. And secondly, I also analyzed that the person who can broker a deal between Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka can only be President Uhuru Kenyatta. Those are two. Now, all those two have been confirmed, and I'm going to tell you in our analysis here, you will see how they are finally coming to pass. The other thing that I also analyzed was that Martha Karua was standing a prime chance to be Raila Odinga's running mate. Guys, all this you're going to see. If you're watching this video for the first time and you've not yet analyzed, you've not yet subscribed, take a second and subscribe. And most importantly, click the notification bell so that when we drop a video, you will be automatically notified. Another thing that you also need to do is talk to us at the comments section. Yesterday, when William Ruto camp saw that deal signing, I think they looked for someone called Jimmy Wanjigi, and they did not see Jimmy Wanjigi. And I know that from wherever William Ruto was, he got worried. But let us not still go there. On Monday, President Uhuru Kenyatta held a closed-door meeting with Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and none other than Cyrus Jirongo. And the meeting was held in Statehouse. President was trying to broker a deal between OKA members and Raila Odinga. Because I have always maintained and said in this channel, guys, that you cannot bank on Ukambani vote if Kalonzo Musyoka is on the ballot. Even if Azimio can get all the 3 governors and the senators and MPs from Ukambani. So the president knew very well that one of the things they needed to do is to avoid a situation where Kalonzo Musyoka was in the ballot. After the Monday meeting, the leaders left the Statehouse. Then Raila and Kalonzo retreated back in Statehouse. Now, the meeting that was held in Statehouse again was held now the 3 gentlemen, Raila, Kalonzo, and Uhuru Kenyatta. And in that meeting, according to the report that I saw, it was a very intense, lengthy 4 hours meeting that went up to the late night. And I think some of the things that were discussed there, I just want to try to list for you some of the things that were already discussed there. Kalonzo Musyoka wanted to understand why Raila Odinga could not support him for presidency in 2022, despite the fact that he has been Raila's running mate in 2013 and 2017. Oh, guys, what do you think about this? And of course, you cannot blame Kalonzo Musyoka for demanding this. If there is someone who has been a very good gentleman in the political space for Raila Odinga, that is none other than Kalonzo Musyoka. But then, in the wisdom of Uhuru Kenyatta, the convention wisdom will tell you that I think he actually showed Kalonzo that Raila Odinga has organized and is more formidable in terms of also election financing. Secondly, another thing that they presented to Kalonzo Musyoka is maybe the intelligence report that could still show that Raila Odinga is the only person who stands a chance to give William Ruto a run for his money. So that in its case, that in the sense, also gave Kalonzo Musyoka an opportunity to think twice, let's go and support Raila Odinga. Thirdly, the Statehouse meeting on Tuesday night, the meeting was held on Tuesday night, is the thing that cooked the goose for Jimmy Wanjigi. The Tuesday meeting also decided that Jimmy Wanjigi was going to be persona non grata in One Kenya Alliance. And for me, I think that is where William Ruto is now getting worried. Because I still maintain my stand here that Jimmy Wanjigi was more interested to block Raila Odinga ascending to power by all means. And his new friendship with Kalonzo Musyoka was designed to make sure that Kalonzo Musyoka goes direct to the ballot. But then this makes me remember something, and let me take you back to 2010 during the new constitution. Now, this constitution 2010, there was the yes and no team. And that is where Kalonzo Musyoka was called Watermelon. He was called Watermelon because during the day, he was supporting the constitution. But during the night, he was actually opposing the constitution. He was working with William Ruto. And that's where people realized that, by then, the yes team were using red, then the no team were using green. So he said that at night, at the day he was yes, and at night he was green. That is when this name Watermelon came from. So I think even Jimmy Wanjigi might have realized that he was quoting the wrong friend. Kalonzo Musyoka was destined to work with Azimio la Umoja. His club is Raila Odinga's, Uhuru Kenyatta, the Gideon Moi. If you allow me to say, I think he belongs to the dynasty. So that meeting also agreed that the friendship with Jimmy Wanjigi is coming to an end, because if it is about financing the One Kenya Alliance, I think these two gentlemen can finance them. Thirdly, my speculation there, why also that meeting was intense, Kalonzo Musyoka demanded what is his stake at the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance. One thing he demanded is the position of running mate. And let me tell you guys, strategically, the reason why Martha Karua joined One Kenya Alliance, Martha Karua joined there so that he could take the Mount Kenya Unity Forum. She was joining that place to make sure that she packages herself to be Raila Odinga's running mate. I want just to make a very good point on this issue of Martha Karua becoming Raila Odinga's running mate. If indeed there was another candidate, even Peter Kenneth, who was also being groomed to be Raila Odinga's running mate, I want to believe that the Monday meeting day that was attended by Martha Karua could also have been attended by Peter Kenneth, so that they can also send that message that as much as Raila Odinga is working with One Kenya Alliance, but Raila Odinga's running mate is going to be Peter Kenneth. Guys, that is something that critically, if you look at it, if it was Peter Kenneth, you would have seen that coming on board. But I analyzed here that the tweet by Boniface Mwangi that Raila was preferring Martha Karua could be true. And the man in stature of Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is not the kind of politician that blink. If you read his history, when he makes a decision to take right, it's always right. And I know that Raila is insisting on Martha Karua as his running mate, as the running mate. So in this meeting, one of the reasons why also Martha Karua was brought there was to make sure that she's groomed to be Raila Odinga's running mate. Secondly, I want us now to look at the political implication of Raila-Kalonzo Martha Karua deal. Intentionally putting aside Gideon Moi because I think the core of this deal is in between these three politicians. What do you think Martha Karua brings on board? Unlike Gideon Moi, Martha Karua is going to bring on board a bigger chunk of the Central Kenya vote. Ask me why and ask me how. Moses Kuria now is going to be cornered. The reason why Moses Kuria is going to be cornered is because Moses Kuria was on record saying that anyone who need the Central Kenya vote should quote Martha Karua as the running mate. Now that Raila is working with Martha Karua and Kalonzo Musyoka, if he gives Martha Karua the running mate slot, do Moses Kuria now have an opportunity to join Azimio la Umoja? Can you ask yourself that question? Secondly, the Service Party leader, that is Mwangi Kiunjuri, also said sometime last week, I think the last week of January, that his options were not to work with Azimio la Umoja. So he was hinting at joining UDA. Now that he is part of Mount Kenya Unity Forum and their spokesperson is working with Raila Odinga, are we going to see the end of the end of Mount Kenya Unity Forum? Will they follow Martha Karua? Or now they will now decide and make their own political move? What I know is the card of Martha Karua is one of the biggest card that is going to boost Raila Odinga's bid to get the Central Kenya vote. For me, if you ask me that, I think she's someone who is bringing a lot on board. The third point here is Martha Karua is a veteran politician. I think people who voted in 2002, 2007, 2013 will really, when they get to the ballot box, when they get the ballot paper, I think it will really come in their mind that, you know what, this is Central Kenya. Now, Martha Karua is going to bring the Central Kenya consciousness. What the Central Kenya needs to vote for Raila Odinga is a consciousness, not really what we've been treated to of climbing the mountain. That is just a political message to try to endure Raila to the Central Kenya voters. But if they bring the consciousness, they try to bring someone who is now authoritative. I also, thirdly, Uhuru Kenyatta is handing over the mountain to Martha Karua. And if you look at this was deliberate. Mount Kenya Unity Forum endorsed Martha Karua as the spokesperson. Then Uhuru Kenyatta is also bringing her close to Raila Odinga on a working relationship. If you ask me, Uhuru Kenyatta is trying to make sure that Martha Karua is the next kingpin of Central Kenya. Lastly, guys, what do you think are the numbers on board? I think for now, Raila Odinga can be assured of the Ukambani vote block. He can be assured of that vote. This is a region that voted overwhelmingly for him in 2013 and 2017, and now with the backing of the three governors and Kalonzo Musyoka also on board, I think Raila now has something that he can smile about. Now, third, with Martha Karua now coming on fold, and what is also going to depend here is whether now Martha Karua is going to be the running mate or Raila Odinga is going to pick Kalonzo Musyoka. But I think it's Martha Karua. So the Ukambani region are going to vote for Raila. Ask me why. Apart from Kalonzo Musyoka, they don't have any other person that is highly ranked. If Mudhama is someone to be talked about, then Mudhama is just going to vie for Machakos governor's seat. Then the three governors plus Kalonzo Musyoka can assure the region that in the new coalition with Azimio la Umoja, their issues are going to be addressed. So how about Gideon Moi? Gideon Moi is just there to checkmate William Ruto and try also to give it the face of Kenya. But I think he can a little bit deliver a chunk from Baringo. And they also have the leader of majority in the Senate, Pogisho. And they also have West Pokot Governor Lonyangapu on their side. So, West Pokot and Baringo are somehow Kanu. So they can also bring a chunk on the vote, on Azimio la Umoja. So, guys, I think when you look at numerical strength, if you compare it with William Ruto, I am not going to say that Raila now stands a chance to win. But I think now my analysis here is that Raila Odinga have 6 million starting point as of 2017. With all these guys on board, Raila Odinga now has the 6 million starting point. What will depend now, what is going to give him the victory is first on how the president is going to sway the mountain. That is number one. Secondly, is how Raila is going to conduct his campaigns from now to the end or to August before the general election. So guys, also get to our comment section and tell us what do you think about it. And I just want to just jog your mind a bit. There is a law, I think there is amendment that is taken to National Assembly that is saying that we are reverting back to a 2008 voting process, and I think something on the voting on election law. So we are still looking at that. If you can also give us some feedback somewhere here, what you think about it. Kama umeshaisoma, you also I want to analyze it, and I'm still trying to pick up some research about it. You can also tell us about that new law in the National Assembly. So guys, that's my analysis, and thank you very much for your big subscription.